Yes, boys, so this is going to be a video on how to blast 100 plus subs every single day on your OF client's account. Now, within OFM, traffic is probably the most important thing. You can have an account on OF what has really poor chatting, but if you're bringing in constant flow of subscribers, the account is always going to succeed. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Now, first and foremost is, we all know the guy in OFM who's grinding 12 hours a day, trying to get the traffic using black hat methods, whether it's some threads bot, some X bot, some crazy method, and it's just not working, bro. If you're that guy and you're bringing in like 10 to 20 subs trying to use retweet groups on Twitter, you need to stop this, bro. Because there's methods out there what people are using and building real systems and they're not stressing out. You need to be doing these organic methods. If you're the guy who's stressing every single day, you're waking up, you're grinding, which is good, by the way. But there's much more effective things to do. At the end of the day, you are a business owner. You got to work on your business, not necessarily in your business all the time. So you need to figure out what's the best methods and how to go about using them. So let's walk through how to actually gain 100 plus subs on any account without working 12 plus hours a day, because I know a lot of you guys who are especially starting OFM, coming into this industry, you're grinding a lot, you're thinking, what do I need to do? How do I do it? Bro, let me show you a very good traffic method, what you can do to get 100 plus subs per day on any single account, any model. TikTok Lives. Now, TikTok Lives, it's the best traffic method I've ever used, in my opinion. Instagram Reels, yes, has brought the most amount of subscribers, but how effective and how fast and how good quality subscribers can come from TikTok Lives is absolutely insane. Now, I have put underneath there, it says it only works in first world country. This is true. Now, you can have a model, so I know a lot of people know FM has models from Argentina or Colombia or these third world countries. The only problem is when you try and set up a TikTok account and you have a client who's in a third world country, most of these agency owners are going to use some sort of US SIM card, VPN proxy. Bro, that doesn't work. The people who tell you that works, it doesn't, bro, because it's going to fuck up the account. With TikTok, you need to keep it as organic as possible. So if you've got a client from Canada, UK, USA, France, Australia, these first world countries, TikTok Lives are going to perform very, very well for you. So you need to be utilizing TikTok Lives. I'm going to show you exactly how, but I just wanted to get that out of the way because if you've got a client who's not in a first world country, I'm sorry, bro, but TikTok Lives probably aren't going to work for you. If you somehow have the US audience on your third world country TikTok account, perfect. Try TikTok Lives. But if you haven't, bro, I wouldn't recommend doing TikTok Lives. But if you have a client who's from a first world country, I can get my words jumbled up here, a first world country, TikTok Lives is your best friend, bro. Like, it's going to bring in so many subscribers. It's ridiculous. Let me show you how. So, let's just go over first the rules of a TikTok Live, because at the end of the day, it is a kids app. It's a children's app, or an app that children use at least. So there's a lot of rules, and you can get banned very quickly if you don't listen to them. So listen the fuck up. First rule is, not really a rule, but just a thing you need, is 1,000 followers. Now, if you have an account that doesn't have 1,000 followers, you can just bot 1,000 followers using some sort of social media panel. There's a ton on the internet. I'm not going to go out looking because there's 20, 40, 50 plus social media panels out there. What you need to do is just basically bot 1,000 followers to the TikTok account. And the first 1 to 2 days, you're basically going to be shadow banned. And how to get across this shadow ban is you're just going to go live for 1 to 2 days. So maybe let's say you bot the followers on the Sunday, they come, do a live on the Monday, a live on the Tuesday, maybe post a video on the Monday, post it on the Tuesday, and the shadow ban should go. In most cases, it does go. I've had situations where it's not. But yeah, in most cases, if you bot 1,000 followers, do a couple of lives, post a couple of videos, the shadow ban will go at some stage. Second rule, don't say any words on the live like OF, OnlyFans, OnlyFriends, Spicy Link. Stuff like this is just going to get you banned, bro. If a guy wants to subscribe to the page, he'll be curious enough and go to your IG and your TikTok bio and sub from there. That is a big, big point. So I see a lot of people who are doing TikTok lives, whether that's a OFM agency owner telling a client what to do, and they're saying, oh, go to my OF link in the bio, it's just going to get you banned like that, bro. It's going to get banned straight away. And once you are banned, you can't go live for 7 days. So if a guy really wants to subscribe to the page, he's just going to click the profile, go to the Instagram, which is in the bio, and he's just going to subscribe from there. So don't try and use all these CTAs on the live. You can use little CTAs, but don't use harsh ones like this. That's just going to get the account banned. Okay, another rule is don't vape or don't show anything like a knife. So I had a situation once where a client went live and she was cutting up some food and she got banned for 7 days because there was a knife on the live. Or there's been situations where there's been vaping on the live, that's going to get banned also. Smoking, vaping, showing any sharp objects or anything, stuff like that. A gun, which I don't think a client's going to have a gun. But stuff like this, you just can't show on live because at the end of the day, it is a kids app, so it's super, super strict and there's just no point risking it. Another solid point, this is so important, you need to wear full clothing. So if you've got a client who's in like a gym set or showing quite a bit of skin, I wouldn't risk it, bro. Like, I understand it's safe for work, but it's TikTok at the end of the day. I'm going to say this quite a lot, but it is TikTok, so you don't want to be showing too much skin as it's a kids app. So you need to be using full clothing, so wear like a joggers and a hoodie, that will do. You don't need to use anything too big, or like a t-shirt and joggers, because there's no point risking it at the end of the day, because you're going to get banned. Once you get live banned, you can get banned for 7 days. And worst case scenario, the whole TikTok live account in general could just get fully banned. But yeah, overall the app is strict, so just act normal. Just go on live and act like a normal person. I'm going to show you what to do on live, but overall, just act like a normal human being. Don't act like an NPC. Don't wear anything bait that you wouldn't post on TikTok. Don't say anything stupid, don't show anything stupid, don't be stupid in general. Because once you get banned on a TikTok live, your TikTok account will be banned from going live for 7 days. And this can fuck up a lot of traffic. You're just missing out on more subs at the end of the day. So just be super, super cautious on what you do. Now, you're probably thinking, what do I do on a TikTok live? Or what should I get my client to do on a TikTok live? First and foremost, the most important rule is, just in general, have super good camera angles / lighting. So if your client has like a shitty iPhone 5 with a dirty camera and it's pitch black, it's not going to get over 10 views, trust me. If you can just get somewhat of a good camera angle, somewhat of good lighting, the TikTok live will do well, bro. TikTok lives are so, so powerful. And when you've got that good lighting and good camera angle, it's just going to boost it so much, much clearer. Have your clients start off with just Q&As or rated PFPs. So there's certain games you can do on TikTok, and that can engage a lot of viewers. So a quick one could be a Q&A, that's simple as it sounds, questions and answers. And then another one is rating PFPs, so people come into the live be like, oh, rate my PFP, and your client could be like, okay, Jonathan, you're an 8 out of 10, Sammy, you're a 9 out of 10, stuff like this, and it's going to get the guys engaging, it's going to get them commenting, it's going to get them liking, and overall it's going to bring in a lot of viewers in. Another good thing to do on a TikTok live is have your clients ask the viewers to get the live to a certain like goal, and then do something like maybe a surprise or 5 jumping jacks. So what I mean by this is, so for example, if your client is on live, right, you could get your client to say, hey guys, get me to 5k likes and I will do 5 jumping jacks. Everyone's going to start spamming the screen. When people start spamming the screen, the more likes, the more it gets pushed to someone else's For You page. So if everyone's liking the screen and you get to 5k likes, you do 5 jumping jacks, come back to the live, and then your client can say, hey, we hit 5k likes, now get me to 10k likes and I'll do 10 jumping jacks. Stuff like this, it's always going to boost the live, it's going to engage it, and overall, more likes on the live means more of the chances are going to get pushed to someone else's For You page. So you need to be doing this, you need to be doing like goals or something along them lines. Next point is, this is very, very important. Very, very useful too, I noticed. When you start a live, views will boost after 5 minutes and then they will drop. Whenever they drop over 50% of the highest view count, restart the live, it triggers it back to the For You page. So let me try and explain that in a bit more of a basic detail. So let's say your client has like 5,000 followers on TikTok, right? When she goes live, it's going to send out a notification to every single one of them followers. So there's going to be a lot of people who join within the first minute or two. So let's say you get 200 views. After 5 minutes, it might drop down to like 80 to 100. All you need to do is just restart the live, end the live, and go live again. This way, people are always going to get notified that the person's going live. So let's say your client does like a 30-minute TikTok live session. he/she should probably restart the live around about 5 to 7 times within this 30 minutes, as it's going to boost it back to people's For You page and also give them a notification on the phone. So yeah. And then also likes triggered the For You page also, like I mentioned before. So these are things you need to know. Good camera angle, good lighting. Have your client have some sort of game, or it doesn't even need to be a game. You could just sit on the live and talk to the chat. That still works. Have your clients ask the viewers for some sort of live/like goal. You could try this. Like I said, 5k likes, I'll do 5 jumping jacks. Okay, now get me to 10k. Now get me to 20k. This is going to work very, very well. And debatably, the most important one is you need to be restarting the live when the views drop. So let's say you get 100 views at the start and it drops to 50 viewers after like 3 minutes. Just restart the live, bro. It's going to trigger it straight back and you're going to get 100 views again. And it's going to be different type of people. So it works very, very, very well. You need to be restarting the live, having light goals, having a good camera angle/lighting. Likes, restarts, good angles, you're going to get subs or Instagram followers, which leads to subs. So yes, this is what you need to be doing on a TikTok live. Okay, next point is utilize the traffic from TikTok. So there's going to be a lot of people who are going to come from the TikTok live. You're going to get minimum around about 100 followers, maximum probably 300, 500 if you do very, 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 very well, which I've seen before, by the way. So you're going to get a lot of followers coming through from the TikTok live. So have an Instagram story ready before the TikTok live sessions. So post an Instagram story before you go live saying, online here right now. You all know what to post on Instagram stories. The client's link.me or bouncy.ai, whatever you use. Post this before you go live on TikTok. As when you are live on TikTok and people are going over to your Instagram, they can check your story and subscribe straight away from there. Another thing you can do what works very, very well is have a reel to post after the TikTok live session. So let's say your client goes live for 30 minutes. Have a TikTok ready to post as soon as they stop the TikTok live session. What this is going to do is all the recent followers are going to see this reel at the top of the Instagram For You page. So they're going to interact with it, most likely going to like it, maybe even comment it, or maybe, best case scenario, share it with one of the friends. So posting a reel is also very, very good. Another thing that's worked very, very well for me also is posting a slideshow post after you've done these TikTok live sessions. So what's been working very, very well for certain people on Instagram is a picture slideshow with a sound, as this now pushes out to the Reels For You page. So you can post this also after this TikTok live session. So let's go through that again. And also the last point is you can also do engaging stories such as who came from my TikTok live, or you can have a little poll saying, did you come from my TikTok live? Yes or no. Just engaging with the fans in general, bro. Let's go over that again though, okay? So have an Instagram story ready before the TikTok live sessions. So when the model is live, people can subscribe through the story straight away. Another point is have a reel ready to post as soon as she stopped doing the TikTok lives. A third thing to do is have a slideshow post ready to post as soon as she finished the TikTok lives once again. And then another thing you can do, which you don't have to do, but you can just use engaging stories like who came from my TikTok live, blah, 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 blah. So it can show you who actually came from the live, if they're engaging, pushing them towards the link in the end. So yeah, super, super powerful, super, super good. You need to utilize the traffic. Don't just make them come to the Instagram page and have no stories, no posts or reels ready. It's pointless, bro, because you need to utilize the traffic that's going to come from TikTok. So if you've got 3+ models doing this 4 to 5 times a week, you're going to be like this guy, bro. You're going to be chilling in bed. You're going to have your chatters on the account. You're going to have your traffic coming through. And you can do what the fuck you want, bro. You can just chill out in bed, watch a little fucking film. Nah, I'm messing, but it's going to be a lot easier. So, like I mentioned before, when you're that guy who is like grinding here 12+ hours a day for traffic, when you could just be this guy, when you've got 3 of your clients, 3, 4, 5 of your clients, how many clients you work for your agency, doing a TikTok live 4 to 5 times per week, it's going to work so well. Trust me on that right now. It's worked amazingly for me, and it's worked amazingly for other people. And if you haven't tried it on your client, you need to try it today. Remember, you are an agency owner, not an agency VA. So, yes, of course, you have to work on your business. I understand that. You have to work in your business. You have to grind. You have to build systems. You have to edit reels, whatever you have to do. But sometimes, bro, if there's some certain traffic methods / systems that you don't have to do, you can just tell someone to do it, then fucking do it, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you are a business owner. This is what business owners do. They try and systemize everything for them not to do. So if you've got the chatters on the account and you've got your clients doing the traffic method, you have to sit back and just take your commission at the end of the day. So it's a really good traffic method, as it's very hands off for you and more hands on for them. So yeah, boys, that was just a little video on how you can gain 100 plus subscribers on your OF page per day. And by the way, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. You really can gain 100 subscribers per day on the account once your TikTok lives are doing super well. I'm going to try and stay very consistent with these YouTube videos, so please like and subscribe. It'll really help me a lot. And yeah, I'm going to try and be posting 3 to 4 times per week. I know a lot of people say that, but I'm going to say it myself and actually try and do this. There is a Telegram on my bio, so if you are interested in more information, you can just check that out. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed.